Was there a possibility of that?
Oh, 3 times.
All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. Approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions?
I would like to ask, under new business, item 10.3, insurance be added on there. That'll be a comprehensive auto coverage.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Here, let me have that. I think I put mine in.
Oh, okay.
By mistake.
It's easy. That's stacked
There's
up.
a lot of paper.
I know.
At this time, we open the floor for any public comment if there is any.
Fine.
Okay. Approval of the minutes of the May 12, 2021 regular board of directors meeting. Have we all had a chance to look those over? Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
All in favor? All right. May 12th executive closed session meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
All in favor? Matt, please present the financial report.
Yes, sir. Financial report as of May 31st, 2021, and our assets checking accounts in the general fund at Bank Star of $463,577.36. In the capital reserve, Bank Star, $615,988.81. And in the health reimbursement account at Bank Star, $10,049.29. Total assets of $1,143,120.90. In the liabilities and equity, current liabilities $704.66. Payroll liabilities, total income expense for period, income $40,309.70, with expenses of $93,110.48.
Do I have a motion to approve as read?
Yeah.
Matt, second?
Yeah.
All in favor? We have an ordinance to approve and pay the bills outlined in the check registry. Ordinance 21-09. Do we have a motion to approve the
I'll
ordinance?
make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Fire Marshal's report, please.
Yes, for the month of May 2021, fees collected were in the amount of $308. That was from a permit issued in April. And then firework retail stands, there was one permit issued, fees charged were $700, and fees collected were $700. Total for the fire marshal's office for May of 2021, $1,008.
Any discussion about that? Fire Chief's report, please.
Yeah. Again, another incredibly busy month. We ran 103 calls for service for the month of May. This month did feature some pretty serious calls. We had a double fatality accident on State Road A on May 15th. On May 16th, we assisted the Hillsborough Police Department with the recovery of a corpse from a pond located on Highway B. That was quite an extensive operation that involved hazmat suits and all kinds of fun stuff. And I'd like to thank the crew that was on duty. They did a wonderful job taking care of that on that day. We had a structure fire on May 24th that caused some minor damage to a duplex on Roney Drive. But we are happy to report that there were no firefighters injured at all during the month of May. So that is a good thing for sure. Ran some quick numbers. We are already 126 calls ahead from where we were this time last year. We're averaging 3.36 calls per day. We're on track to run 1,226 calls for service. Currently, as we sit, we have seen a 30% increase in calls since this time last year. So it's been ridiculously busy. And if we do run the 1,226 calls, that'll be a 20% increase over last year's call volume if we hit that mark. So I don't know what's going on, but it has been absolutely ludicrous. I think these guys can attest to that, and I appreciate everything they have done. They've done an outstanding job. And we've already run 39 calls a month of June already, and it's only been 9 months. So we are hopping, and I think I told Jason 2 months ago that we're going to slow down here in a little bit. And boy, was I wrong.
We got busier.
Yeah. Second I said that, we got even busier. So kind of where we're at with that. Mission Critical is a consulting firm. We kind of talked about the CAD system. They were going to come in and evaluate the CAD system. They were there the week of May 24th. I was not there. I was on a vacation, but I got a report from some other chiefs that were up there that they met with Mission Critical, and I think they indicated there are some major problems with the CAD system, and they agree with that. So they're going to have a report to Jeffco within the next 90 days, so probably some point September-ish, as to what to do moving forward, be it fix the current CAD or go out for bid for a new CAD. My understanding, and this is just right on the street, is Logisys pretty much out of business, getting ready to go out of business. They are buying new CAD. We had a fire the other night. It was just a total disaster. The dispatching was with that. So, unfortunately, if they do recommend going with a new CAD, we're looking at anywhere between 18 and 24 months between the RFP process, training, implementation, and going live. This is how bad it is. The CAD system up at 911 on the dispatcher end of it is occasionally just shutting down. So it's not good. There are provisions in place that if it does not get fixed, they will turn on the old CAD system. It'll take about 4 or 5 days to get things going. If the system would suddenly crash out of the blue, they could turn that on. So I'll keep you in the loop with what we hear on that, but they are moving forward with some of that. So on the administration side, no major issues with COVID. Everybody's doing good. No employees, again, have been sick or quarantined since before the holidays back in 2020. So we're doing good. Siding on the shed was fixed last week. I've not received a bill for that, but that should complete everything that was damaged and carnage from the pole falling on everything. So I did talk to Sean Hall last week. He finally got the title work to go through and all that, so he's out shopping for a new car. So he should have something here really soon if he doesn't already. And I don't know if you guys heard. Okay. He's getting a new car here really, really soon. So none of our employees that had their car damaged reported any issues. Everybody's been paid full without a dime out of their pocket as far as I know. So pretty happy with the way that turned out. So we're working through the implementation of the Verico system as approved last month. It's going to be probably a several-month process. Would you agree with that, Jason?
At least.
Yeah, it's a long process, but we're going to get it up and running and rolling forward. So finally, a month with no major issues with the fleet. Pretty happy about that. For the month of May, there were 215 hours of training completed. Everybody's been really hitting it hard. Everybody's been doing a great job on the incidents. We did start Monday evening some live burns in the house across the street that we're training for the school. Kyle did a great job of kind of coordinating that training, getting all that set up. So it went really, really good. Kyle's in the process of getting the new Fire Rescue 1 Academy set up and rolling. Car seat installation under the Community Services Division has been turned back over to the Health Department. So they have slowed down enough that they're taking that back over. We're still doing some here and there for private citizens that stop by, but big push we had earlier this year, we taken back over by the health department. CPR has continued, and we are now back to having normal CPR classes. We are working with Jacob Nikoloff to take over the Community Services Division. And as I reported last month, Stephanie did turn in her resignation. Her last day was officially last Friday. She was on vacation, but June 4th was her last day. That's all I got.
Any discussion or questions? Communications, workers' compensation.
Yes, another thing I'm pretty excited about. We got our experience modifier, which relates to our risk pool, basically, for workers' comp insurance. And this year we've dropped from a 1.10 down to a 0.88. So we ought to see some sort of a savings in insurance. So again, great job, everybody, for staying healthy and not getting hurt. So that for a fire department is an extremely good rate. Extremely good rate. There's some departments in the twos from all their injuries. So 0.88 is impressive. And again, thank you guys.
Old business, shared apparatus agreement.
Yes, in your board packet was a copy of the completed shared apparatus agreement between Hillsborough Fire and Mapleville. I have the official signed document here. Director Woods found one error that I had in there, so it's fixed on this official document. If you remember, the SOTA rule was going to be part of the agreement, but then backed out. So I had their name in there. I had the number 3 departments instead of 2. So it's been fixed and ready to rock and roll, along with the resolution. So you all choose, if you all choose to adopt that, shared agreement. So the resolution basically says, yes, we want to enter into agreement, and yes, we authorize the fire chief to sign the agreement on behalf of the board of directors. Then the next step would be this would go to Mapleville's board for approval, and then once it's all said and done, we're ready to rock and roll.
Do you know how much longer there's to be done for?
They are waiting on parts. Specifically, their front bumper is on back order. He was kind of hoping by the end of June it would be in and back in service, but
Was there another fire truck damaged?
yeah, unfortunately, Cedar Hill Fire Protection District got into an accident Saturday night going to a fire out off of Ware Church. They rolled the pumper. The pumper is total. There was some pretty significant arm injuries out of one of the firefighters. They were expected to make a full recovery. And the other one was kind of banged up and bruised and all that. They're all going to make full recovery. So, fortunately, a freak accident. So, very, very scary. I'll tell you this, out of all the calls I've run, all the dead bodies I've seen and all that, I've seen a fire truck on its roof probably irked me more than any of those calls.
The ambulance down there,
That was a pretty good call too, yes.
Yeah, with an ambulance upside down, it's just wrong.
It is. It is. So that apparatus was total, firing good.
Out there, all right.
Yes, that's the main thing. They're all right.
Don't want to wait for it.
Yes. So,
I'll make a motion.
Well,
We already did, didn't we?
well,
You got something?
we talked about it,
Okay.
but we haven't assigned the resolution yet. We'll do so.
yep, you are correct.
All right. So, and this here is just the agreement.
Correct. That'll be an appendix to the resolution.
Okay. All right, so I want to make sure we were clear on that. Resolution 21-10 to enter into a shared apparatus agreement with the Mapleville Fire Protection District. Is there any questions about that? If not, Bob said you'd make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. And yes, we will have the resolution. Yeah, okay.
Check that off the bucket list. I'll make contact tomorrow with Chief Brown over at Mapleville. I believe his board meeting is next week. Next Wednesday or next Monday or something like that. The 21st. What? The 21st. Monday or Wednesday. Okay, Monday. Oh, cool. Thanks. Sorry.
What which unit was involved out there?
So it's a little confusing. It was 7710.
Okay.
It was out at Two House. If you remember, they had another truck that was struck on Highway 30
I do.
by an intoxicated driver. So in the interim, they got a new truck in, some confusing stuff. So it was 7710 and 2010 Pierce that got hit. So
Well, so, my name was heard when they're on.
I agree 100% with you.
All right, under new business, propane bid for Station 2.
I got the bids back from AmeriGas, who is our current provider. I about fell out of my chair when I read the bid to what it was going to be for per gallon. So their proposal to come back to the Hillsborough Fire District was $2.31 per gallon, with us purchasing a minimum of 1,500 gallons. If we didn't use 1,500 gallons, we would still be responsible to purchase the difference between whatever we used and that 1,500 gallons. Due to the fact that it's under $10,000 for propane annually, we do not need to go to the paper and advertise. However, I did solicit bids from some local propane vendors, and I believe the bids that I have on that letter I gave you. Sorry, which one? So, okay, I listed, so Feral Gas, like I said in that letter, they came back at $1.55 per gallon, no minimum, and they will provide a tank free of charge. American Propane, which they are out of Keighley, I believe. Correct. They came back at $1.79 per gallon with a $50 some odd per year lease on the tank. So my recommend at this point in time is switching our provider to Feral Gas. That's 76 cents per gallon savings. That's huge.
Who's the gas company you're telling?
Feral Gas. Okay. Feral Gas. So we'll be switching from AmeriGas to Feral Gas. I will have to call AmeriGas. I do not think that we used 1,500 gallons of propane. So I'll have to see where that stands. I think we use like 1,400 some odd gallons, if my math is correct. And from looking at the past invoices.
They might not want to move that tank because it's so full. They might want to pump it down and charge you for that. But, because I've got in that meeting once before. But.
So my thought and theory is we're going to continue to use. I'm going to sign this with Feral Gas. I want to sign this with Feral Gas.
Yeah.
But I want to get to the point on that tank where I'm sure we've used 1,500 gallons.
Yeah.
And see what we got to do and what they're going to try to charge us to get out of that contract. So I'm going to try to make it as least painful as possible. However, if we're talking 100 gallon difference, we were at $1.86 this year with AmeriGas. So you're talking 186, $200 to get out of it. So it's not going to be some exorbitant price.
The concrete replacement Station
I
1.
mark that as a motion and then.
Oh, you want a motion? Yeah,
I'll take that motion.
Yeah, all in favor?
Okay. You guys have seen the pad out front. We gotta fix it. I've got mud coming up, dirt coming up. I've got crumbling asphalt. We do have it in the budget for this year. It's kind of part of the strategic management plan to get that.
You do the whole park?
I can get a bid on that if you'd like. Because yeah, I know the other side's not in the greatest shape. I was gonna try to push that out for a couple of years. And on the off chance that we had a tax increase or some way that we can open the firehouse, I didn't want to sink too much money, but I don't know how much longer that's gonna last over there either. You're right. I'll get bids for both. How about that? We'll just see where we stand at the end of the day. I'm gonna make it a pretty quick turnaround and have it back by the next board meeting if you guys are okay with that. but we're gonna run into some major problems.
So that, be concrete in the front there?
I'm gonna take out that, yeah, I'm gonna take out that strip of asphalt, just run concrete all the way to the street.
That busted up right, remember, right when it got bored, it busted.
Yeah,
Never been.
it's never been right, because we redid that strip one too long ago. So, it's bad.
All right. 10.3, insurance.
I made an error in what I told you guys last month. We had discussed the depreciation of the trucks, except for the fact we don't have actual cash value. We have what's called designated value on our vehicles. So if we set the price at, I'm gonna use round numbers here, $100,000, and we reach 75% damage to that, so $75,000, they'll pull it out and replace it for that value that we have agreed upon. So we do not need to lower the rates of our insurance on that at all. So if anything, we may need to raise it a little bit, just due to the increase in costs and all that. But the new pumper's fully insured out to what we paid for it. The other trucks are insured, I think $400,000 for the two twin pumpers, and then the old ones is like $350,000. So I think we're sitting okay, but I will look at those numbers to see if we need to recommend that. So after I recommend that, I got to thinking that I wasn't saying right, and then I'd like to thank Mr. Popenhorn here too. He came in and confirmed my fears that I wasn't looking at it right. So I hadn't done anything yet, so nothing needs to change or nothing needs to be done. But again, thanks for your help on that. So if you guys feel with that, I'm going to leave it alone, and my apologies for.
You think you need to raise something, do it.
Yeah.
That same scenario, now with the DeSoto City truck?
They have actual cash back. So my flaw on all that, after reading that email a couple times, the very first sentence in there that basically says, Hillsborough Fire has DB, which is designated value. So basically that means it doesn't really apply what he was writing about to us. He was writing what happened to DeSoto City.
Okay.
Because they have actual cash value, and they're insured by MoPerm, which handles a lot of the municipalities. They don't even also offer designated value. So, to put it, we pretty much have a Cadillac insurance plan that they will replace our truck if we need it. So, my apologies again.
All right.
So, but no harm, no foul.
Being that there is no closed session, is there anything else to come before the board? All right, then I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thanks, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Yep.
On tour, huh? On tour.